Hey guys, this is the YouTube version of my show. I don't love the idea of even putting it out like this, but I'm going to use YouTube to stay in touch with you guys from now on. That means this version is missing all the stories about coronavirus, insurrection, your Second Amendment rights, and more. All of these, of course, are usually my most honest, brutal, and important stories. Anyway, you can get the entire unfiltered and uncensored show for free by going to thecomicsgym.com or nickdip.com. It's still free on both of these sites, too. And if you want extra content each day, join at patreon.com or thecomicsgym.com for the daily encore show. Also, while you're on these sites, please make a contribution to keep this show free and check out my tour dates. I'll be in Phoenix, Raleigh, New York, and Texas in the up-and-coming months. Remember, you guys keep thinking it, I'll keep saying it, and please enjoy, and please share today's episode. Talk to you soon. I am so sick and tired of the liberal agenda that is destroying our country, from our schools to our workplaces to our media. It's literally everywhere. Well, everywhere maybe, but not this show. Never. Here you get the truth, unfiltered and unapologetic. I don't care if I hurt feelings or if I take a position that isn't agreeable or if I step on somebody's toes. I call them the way I see them, and then I put it out there for free. To keep this show free, I need your help. Please go to nickdip.com and make a contribution, or even better, subscribe at thecomicsgym.com or on Patreon today and get an extra encore show each day. Discounts on merchandise and a whole lot more. Thank you guys so much for watching, sharing, and contributing to the best show, in my opinion, on the internet and the most honest. You guys make it happen. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Welcome to the show. Final day of the week on a Thursday, at least for us. I don't know what you guys are doing. It can be a long week at Papa John's, but Jesus Christ. Fucking A. What do they wait for us to fucking start the show? It's like the third day in a row of the sirens. Fucking unbelievable. And nobody's ever... I couldn't get down my street yesterday. Nice residential area. Of course, young chick crashed into somebody. Oh my, blocked. I don't know how. It's a sunny day. It's a sunny day in Georgia. A nice tree lined with an intersection, light stop signs. What the fuck? Probably texting. Oh, God help us, ladies and gentlemen. You know what I'm saying?
Kiss my ass.
Hey, mind your business. Anyways, what the fuck else did I want to say? I can't even remember how the show goes. We get too much shit at the beginning, fucking N-words and what else? I don't know. Sweet Home Alabama, I'm trying to get the solo down. It's about fucking 19 minutes. Not something you want to do when you're 60. I'm fascinated. It supposedly keeps your mind sharp. I'm not actually proving that, am I? Right now. Anyways, that's it. Let's get on with the goddamn show. In the N-word segment today, a man was kicked off an Allegiant flight. First of all, why are you flying that piece of garbage? For wearing a that he wrote "Let's Go Brandon" on. They kicked him off. Can you fucking imagine anything? Remember the First Amendment and stuff? Can you imagine? And they kick him off because, he wasn't going to take it off. And then this is the airline's logic. They said, we kicked him off. They can't even admit to what they did, that they're fascist pigs and they want to crunch free speech.
They actually said because he was being unruly. Well, you made him unruly. He's got the on. Just walk by him, be an adult. Like there was no anti-Trump paraphernalia on planes when he was the president or anywhere. Are you dog style? What is going on here? What the hell? Do I have a right now next time I get on a plane? Anything that offends me, I'm going to speak up. Like a black chick in a tank top, with her ass crack hanging out, wearing fucking, she's 400 pounds and she's wearing Lululemons. That offends me. It does. Get her off the god. Is that how we're going to play the game? He did nothing illegal. See, these people are on a power trip. The left is. And you know what? Half the country's all right with it. So you know what, sir? Good for you. Next time I fly, I'm putting something really delicious on my like Hillary's fucking salmon breath pig. What does that even mean? Anyways, let's roll on with the show. I'm sick of everything. For a story tonight, ladies and gentlemen, what do we got?
Make me a sandwich.
Oh.
Make me a fucking sandwich.
Oh, wow. And the Make Me a Sandwich segment tonight. Hillary on Twitter yesterday, as you know, she's feeling the heat or pretending not to feel the heat. I don't know why she would get nervous. She seems, immune to any laws that passed. Trump, this is her tweet yesterday in regards to the Durham investigation and her, basically being guilty of spying on Trump. She says, again, the thick-ankle dog face who always blames the right-wing media, the whole One Network, Fox. Trump and Fox are desperately spinning up a fake scandal to distract from his real ones. What's that, becoming president again in a few years? So it's a day that ends in Y. Oh, that's a good one. The day it ends in Y, with her face buried in some girl's Y. Listen, the more his misdeeds are exposed, the more they lie. For those interested in reality, here's a good debunking of their latest nonsense.
She's a malignant.
And she refers us to an article from Vanity Fair because, Vanity Fair does hard-hitting. When I want good political news that's right down the middle and not left-leaning, I go to Vanity Fair. That's how you know she's in deep shit. Vanity Fair, or is she that jaded? Oh my God! Here's what the Atlantic had to say. Want to get you a quote from one of your brothers or some shit? You piece of here. Have this again.
She's a malignant.
Exactly. I couldn't say it enough. What is she?
She's a malignant.
Exactly. Ugh. Calm down, Nick. Calm the fuck down. Anyways, Durham's filing never said the White House data that came under scrutiny was from the Trump era. In fact, lawyers for the data scientists who helped develop the data analysis in question said this happened during, wait for it, Barack Obama's presidency. What Trump and some news outlets are saying is wrong, attorneys Jody Westby and Mark Rash told the Times. What the fuck? Exactly.
Thank you.
The cybersecurity researchers were investigating malware in the White House, not spying on the Trump. How can you say that with a straight face, you evil pricks? That's a nice necklace you got on there, lady. The fuck is... Somebody try to strangle her with paint tape? What the hell's she doing? Ugh, hiding her fucking herpes simplex. Not spying on the Trump campaign, and to our knowledge, all of the data they used was non-private DNS data before Trump took office. Really? Is that what it was? Can you fucking imagine? Can you imagine? In other words, Trump and company got the whole thing hilariously, mortifyingly incorrect. First of all, it wasn't Trump and Fox News that ginned up this story. It was Durham, a federal prosecutor who's been doing research for the last almost 3 years on this. So how are you blaming Fox for ginning it up? It's an actual, huh? Or Trump. Oh my fucking, you people, and you still vote for this? Honest to God, we need a genocide. How do we do a litmus test if you vote Democrat? I'm serious. Want to clean up the world in a hurry? Ugh. They got the whole thing hilariously, mortifyingly incorrect. As opposed to the rest of the mainstream network, they were right about the but fear not. We're sure they'll issue a lengthy correction, this is them being sarcastic, and heartfelt apology to the people whose reputations they impugned and the ones Trump suggested whose reputations they impugned. How about Trump and his family and anybody who voted for him? Where's the fucking apology from Don Lemon and all the other jerk-offs from MSNBC? Rachel Maddow realizes how wrong she was. She's not even doing her show right now. She took a nice sabbatical. Where's your apology for that? Or for the Kavanaugh hearings? Or for the Covington thing that you guys got wrong? You know, little minor things. Or the Lafayette Square fire. They said Trump cleared that out when he wanted to give the speech with the Bible. You guys haven't been right about anything forever. No apologies. How about Cuomo, the Cuomos, who you guys had him as the next president? Where's that apology? Your sister's box. Can you imagine they think they're owed an apology? After all the shit they did to Trump and the country, by the way. That's why that was the most damn, it turns out this douchebag was actually all that. Trump said they were spying, everybody laughed at him. All true. Where's those apologies? Ugh. Can we just get it on, please? I bought my AR over a year ago. It's getting dust on it.
Fix that real fast.
I know. I got a guy who did 2 tours of Afghanistan. He's going to show me how to pick up a. I guess I didn't know this. I went to the shooting range. It's indoor, and I guess you're not supposed to write like Pelosi on the paper targets. Nobody told me. Anyways, let's move on. See you in court again is the headline. Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton, Republican, on Wednesday filed a lawsuit President Joe Biden's administration against Biden's administration over federal rules that mandate wearing in American airports and on planes. Good for you, Paxton. I'm going to stop flying out of Dallas-Fort Worth. Anyways, hey, I'm glad to welcome our new sponsor to the show, Super Speciosa. Looking for an alternative to your morning coffee or those sugary energy drinks? I know I am. Super Speciosa is here with your new little helper, kratom powder and capsules and tablets. That's kratom, K-R-A-T-O-M. Super Speciosa has harnessed the power of the plant to give folks that burst of energy to start their day. I could use something different, I'll tell you. Coffee's killing my teeth. Pure kratom leaf has also been used to help treat anxiety, depression, and provide pain relief. It just helps you feel good without feeling impaired. And each strain is a unique small batch blend. No 2 strains are exactly the same. I love using it as a pre-workout supplement. It's better than stuff those guys at the gym are using. And I usually drink coffee before I work. Then you get dehydrated. And this is really good stuff. I recommend their green strain capsules for beginners. And Super Speciosa is so confident in their product, they promise 100% satisfaction or your money back guaranteed. The Kratom Now, if you try the Kratom Now, you're going to get 20% off. Go to getsuperleaf.com/NickDip and get 20% off with promo code NickDip. And that's not just for the first-time buys. Use my code as often as you order. That's getsuperleaf.com/NickDip and use promo code NickDip for 20% off. These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA, which means it's probably good. The product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any diseases. We thank them, Speciosa, for sponsoring the show today. Appreciate it. Anytime we have new business. My boy, Putin, I really get a kick out of this guy. Ever see him walk? He swings that out. You can tell he took martial arts. He walks like right? That left arm is kind of straight, like.
Well, he's KGB.
Yes, that's what I was looking for. KGB walk. Fucking, can you imagine him staring at stupid Biden, going, oh my God, I could fucking distract this guy with a shiny penny. Anyways, Putin Russian forces, Putin trolls Biden is the headline. Russian forces massed along Ukraine's borders have increased by approximately 7,000 troops. Folks, you know a troop is one soldier, right? I always thought that was kind of weird. When I think of a troop, I think of a bunch of people. But it's a soldier, right? Ever think of that? You ever think of that, Mike? I'm your kid brother. That's a godfather. These kids don't know anything. I know you do. Approximately, I forgot you guys are movie buffs. Approximately, by the way, Gianna's here. Dallas's lovely girlfriend is here. She's got she got a real sense of style. She's got the beret on backwards and shit. She looks like she's going to do an oil painting in about 10 minutes in the park. Increased by approximately 7,000 troops in recent days as the United States alleged Wednesday evening, despite claims from Moscow it was pulling back. You mean they lied? Oh, I don't believe it. For Christ's sake, they just had a figure skater. She's 11 years old. They drugged her up. She won the gold. Everybody's like, she's fine. So what? She got a handlebar mustache and took a 7-pound dump before the singles. A senior U.S. administration official said the increase renders Russia's assertion of withdrawal false. Sort of like me when I was with girls and I was rubber. Yeah, I pulled out. What, you late? I gotta go. And warned President Vladimir Putin's public openness to diplomacy was a guise. A guise what? Said the fag.
What exactly leads you to believe the Soviets were involved?
Russian military armor crossing the Crimea Bridge and supposedly heading back into Russia. I think we have a little clip of that. Check it out.
New video overnight released by the Russian Ministry of Defense, consider the source here, allegedly shows that tanks and troops are returning from Crimea on a train after exercises, but officials in the U.S. and Ukraine are still skeptical. They insist they see no evidence of a pullback yet, and CNN has been unable to confirm if the video actively or accurately reflects the situation on the ground.
Something coming out of a pink tunnel. It's kind of a sexy metaphor thing going on there. Anyways, that's supposedly Russian armor heading back into Russia from Crimea, according to Putin. I think they got some footage from It's a Small World or somewhere. They just fucking ran that, knowing Biden. My buddy Pete Corielli, great comedian, had a great line. Right after 9/11, his in-laws, no, his grandparents. His grandparents came to visit him. They wanted to see Ground Zero. He goes, they're both like 88 years old, so I just took them to a construction site. Oh, God, I love comedy. Maybe I should try it. I don't know why it says that in there right now, but...
Good morning, my neighbors! Hey, fuck you!
Every indication, that was, I guess that was Ukrainian border in Putin. Every indication we have now is they mean only, this is Biden talking about Putin, to publicly offer to talk and make claims about de-escalation while privately mobilizing for war, the official speaking for shithead said.
Brother, do you want to go to war? Come on, do you want to go to war? We'll take you to war, okay?
Tony, Goyo. The new estimates would place the number of Russian forces north of 150,000. Why don't we do that on our border with Mexico? Seriously. You know why? Because it's all bullshit, folks. Even Trump's wall and shit, that's all just clabba-dabba-dabba. Because we have a military. If you wanted to stop people from coming in, you get it, right? Even the wall, all the talk about a wall. Paxton's bragging about putting a wall up in Texas. You got flamethrowers, machine guns. What do you need a fucking wall for? Let's go back old school, landmines, shit like that. Not big ones, just ones that'll take a foot off. But then, 150,000 figure President Joe Biden cited in a televised address early this week before passing out and smacking his head on a coffee table. Western leaders had already greeted Russia's claims of withdrawal with skepticism. On Tuesday, Biden said during a speech in the East Room that somebody had to show him where it was, that a withdrawal of Russian troops would be good, but that he had yet to see any evidence that such a pullback was underway. Would you know it if you did see it? He's watching fucking Full House reruns thinking it's him in Congress. Our analysis indicate that they remain very much a threatening position, Biden said. And the fact remains, right now, Russia has more than 150,000 troops encircling Ukraine and Belarus and along Ukraine's border. And then he said, I have business over there I don't want disturbed. Sounds like Michael from The Godfather talking to Frankie Five Angels about Hyman Roth. The senior official again warned Russia could use a false pretext, which we know this shit happens all the time. A false pretext for an attack, including making claims NATO activity or an incursion into Russian territory, or alleging atrocities were occurring in the eastern Donbass region, where I had a duplex with Dallas for a year before I met him. That made no sense.
It was a good time.
Thanks for backing me up. Donbass region, which has been under the control of Russian-backed separatists since 2014. We should expect more false reports from Russian state media over the coming days, the official said. We don't know from the false pretext. Well, we don't know what form it'll take. I'm sorry, these lights are burning my fucking rods and cones out of my head. I can't see. But we hope the world is ready. And then Biden talked to some guy that works for Putin, and here's the phone call.
Comrade, here is something that might be of interest to you. A transcript of the conversation between your helicopter pilot and his commander. We intercepted Dragonfly Wolf 10. Colorful names. Here we are.
Here we are.
We have them in sight.
We have them in sight.
And the reply...
Abort
the operation
immediately. Boy, the guy laying it on heavy. Jesus, that makes me laugh. Abort operation immediately. Pass remote control. The announcements delivered on an early evening briefing call painted a stark picture as the U.S. and Europe wait on tenterhooks for Putin to signal his intentions. Is this a book I'm reading? American officials have said the window is open for a potential invasion, but that the enigmatic Russian leader will still need to make the final decision. Really? We're not going to decide what he does? It's up to Putin? Thanks for clearing that up. What kind of comment was that, you jackasses? Let's move on to my favorite group. Black Lives Splatter. Just made it up. Put that on a t-shirt. Make a few bucks, man. BLM member tries to kill white Jewish mayoral candidate in Louisville. Let that sink in. How's diversity working in this country, folks? Coming together? Oh, yeah, it's great. It's a nice... Quintez Brown, 21, was charged late Monday. Wow, doesn't look like a Jew hater. It doesn't. They usually, Oh, God, he's still wearing down jacket in July. Was charged late Monday with attempting murder and 4 counts of wanton endangerment after Greenberg was shot at in his campaign headquarters that morning. Where do you hear the details here? No one was injured in the shooting, excuse me, but a bullet grazed Greenberg's sweater and shirt. Here's the audio of the incident.
Get this through your head, you. Get this through your head, you Jew motherfucker, you.
Brown, a former intern and editorial columnist for the Courier-Journal, pleaded not guilty. He's a journalist. This fucking kid is a journalist. It gets better. The war is on. There's a civil war and the Republicans don't know it yet. Anyways, why? I'll tell you why. Courier journalist, by the way, this is what colleges are churning. Pleaded not guilty at his arraignment Tuesday, where a judge set his bail at $100,000. Get this, BLM bailed him out yesterday with a cashier's check, which is basically your tax money in Louisville. Brown disappeared for about 2 weeks last year. He was found on a park bench in New York, said Rob Eckert, his attorney. Here he is a little while back with my favorite racist pig, Joy Reid, Whitey Hater Supreme.
You're from the home state of the Senate Majority Leader. What do you want him to know?
Well, I want you to know that,
He's a good journalist.
We want common sense gun reform. And if you're not going to give us that, then we're going to get everyone out here to vote, and we're going to vote you out of office. So if you want to keep your job, then, you know, give us not what we want, but what we need, what humans need. We need common sense gun reform. Get rid of assault rifles. Come on, like.
Yeah.
I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all,
And I'm black, and I'm black, and I'm black, y'all. They bailed this motherfucker out. Meanwhile, people up in Canada, truckers, people who gave them money to help the truckers, Washington Post they doxed them. They're calling people, asking them why, and harassing them, shutting down small businesses that donated. This guy takes a shot at a politician. Nobody's saying shit here. Seemed like, I'm not being sarcastic, he seemed reasonable back then. So how'd it work? It didn't work out. So he's a gun control guy, by the way, which is hilarious. This is not a hate crime. This is his lawyer talking. Sorry, folks. This is what happens when you quit smoking. Shit starts coming up from 4th grade. This is not a hate crime, his lawyers. Oh, of course not. A black guy shooting at a white guy and all. That's not a hate crime. Let me ask you a question. Reverse the races, which we should have done, damn it. I can't even remember our categories. Reverse the races. You think that would have been a hate crime? All day, every day, 24/7. This is not a hate crime. It's a mental health. Oh, it's one of those isolated, he's just wacky. He's so wacky, he works for a mainstream newspaper in the town. I can't take it no more. This is not a hate crime. It's a mental case, Eggert told the Courier-Journal on Tuesday. His writing advocates for the ideas of we're talking about the kid now. His writings advocate for the ideas of communism, socialism, liberation, all the shit MSNBC and CNN are for, and has criticized gun-loving Republicans. That kid and he tries to shoot somebody. Greenberg and 4 members of his staff were at a meeting in his campaign office in the Butchertown Market building when a man entered the doorway about 10:15 a.m. and began shooting at him. Here is Craig Greenberg, the candidate, explaining what happened.
Walked into our office. When we greeted him, he pulled out a gun, aimed directly at me, and began shooting.
Get this through your head, you. Get this through your head, you Jew motherfucker, you.
Black kid sounded a lot like Pesci. Do you believe that, though? Bailed him out. I'm being dead serious here. Do you Republicans realize you're in a civil war? You just had a left-wing journalist, and there's a million of them, he's barely out of college, try to kill a white candidate. Nobody's saying shit. Joy Reid had the kid on the show a few years ago, so you know his head's in the right place. What the fuck? Anyways, let's move on, shall we? The week's almost coming. I got to go to a skin doctor, folks. I showed you my back. My wife picked 3 pounds of mushrooms off it last night. It's not even a fungus. That's what's fucking driving me nuts. They said they did a biopsy. They actually drilled down. This was like 4 years ago. Asian guy, pretty good. He said it tasted like pork. I don't know why he said that. No. It's a form of, you know what, eczema. So every time I work, started about 7 years, 6, 7 years ago. Every time I'd work out and get a little warm, I get these red circles. It started off 1 or 2. Now after I work out, they're like this fucking big. And it's not ringworm or any of that. It's not Lyme disease. At least, how do they know? Lyme disease tests are like the most fucking useless tests there are. Anyhow, I'm going to go to a doctor and probably find out I got a week to live, so take it easy. Here's a great story that you're not going to probably hear in the mainstream media. Why? Because it shows when guns and good guys get together that good shit happens. 2 armed good Samaritans, including one, a veteran, like my boy Dallas here, helped protect 2 wounded deputies who were shot while responding to reports of a neighborhood dispute on Thursday in Peaceful Valley, Washington.
So ironic.
Yeah, Peaceful Valley. You can't make this shit up. Peaceful Valley shootout. It's like Rodney King, Officer Coons. You can't make this shit up. And there was another. We pointed out a few this year. According to the Whatcom County Sheriff's Office, deputies Ryan
Rathburn and Jason Thompson responded to a dispute around 4:20 in the afternoon on February 10th. After arriving on the scene, suspect Joel Young fired his shotgun. So this sounds like an ambush of cops to me, doesn't it? Or no? I know they didn't say that, but they wouldn't say that.
They were responding to a domestic violence
Yeah,
call.
sure they were.
Exactly.
Yeah, sure they were. Just like the Rivera and his partner were. And they get ambushed in the fucking... I'm telling you, you can't trust... Look, I don't know for a fact, but I'm just saying this is how you should be reading this. When you read stuff like this, you should be asking questions. Do you think... Because they're not going to put... makes gun, anyways, Joel fired his shotgun, injuring one of the deputies. The second deputy returned fire, but Young shot again, injuring the second friggin' deputy in Peaceful Valley. Nearby, they picked the wrong neighborhood. First of all, if you guys know anything about the state of Washington, for you dummies at home, it's not D.C., it's on the West Coast, and it's a lot of militia up there. My type of country. I can't move, I got a show here. 11, 12 people watching. Nearby armed civilians, Jesse Marshall, and Cody Dieter, who lived down the street from Young, jumped into action, laid down cover fire to protect the fallen deputies.
He was the best guy around.
Frickin' look at this is. You don't want to mess certain. You know what I mean? There's actually some white neighborhoods you might not want to wander into, but Joel Young here is just a fucking nitwit. Let's take a look at the video, shall we?
We got the kids inside.
Pause.
And
this is the veteran. This is the good guy in the neighborhood. Look at that tattoo. I might shave my head just to get that. I know I'm 60, but boy, it would freak everybody out on Thanksgiving. Look at that. God bless this guy. This is a veteran. He heard gunshots. Him and his buddy, they were actually taking care of the kids, had to put the kids away. This is it's the best story of the day. Go ahead.
Went in, got guns to return fire, to come out and handle the situation.
They got the injured deputy in the garage, then heard another shot that hit a second deputy.
But when I came around the corner, he was in the doorway, and I unloaded just to try to get him to go away so we could get these guys back.
They looked after both injured deputies in that garage.
How about that, Dallas? First they provide cover, and then they drag the wounded guy.
Everything about it's right.
Right? Fucking A. A third neighbor also jumped in to help, and all three were able to put the deputies out of the line of fire and into a nearby garage, where they rendered first aid until backup arrived. Both deputies, both deputies were transported to a nearby hospital. As of Monday, both deputies have been released from the hospital. Thank God to these good Samaritans who had guns. See, folks? And this happens more than you know because they don't report when shit like this happens. And once again, jerk-offs, gun control guys like Kintez Brown, yapping about assault rifles when 99% of the fucking, I'm going a little high with that. Okay, let's say 90% of the murders are handguns. Most people that own long rifles are NRA members and know what the fuck they're doing. How many times are you going to have this conversation? Good job by these guys. Sheriff's office said in a statement that its personnel is extraordinarily blessed that several armed citizens came, and this is why we haven't had a civil war yet. This is why the government hasn't come to your door yet and tried to take shit. Came to the deputies' assistance at the critical moments when they were most vulnerable. I have contacted all three of the Good Samaritans, the sheriff said, and expressed appreciation on behalf of myself and all members of law enforcement and their families, the statement read. There will be a more formal, I love it, more formal recognition of these humble citizen heroes once more details of their actions can be released. That's great. They should be honored.
Hey, everybody, we're all going to get laid.
Sheriff Bill Elfo said in a statement posted on Facebook that he is incredibly proud of the injured deputies, as well as all of the people and organizations who support the sheriff's office, including the citizens who prayed and expressed support. Young was charged with 2 counts of first-degree attempted murder. He's being held on $5 million bail.
Bye-bye, dickhead.
Don't let George Soros hear about it. He'll be writing a check tonight. Please join me in continued prayers for the full and complete recovery of both deputies and comfort for their families, the protection of all law enforcement officers, and a return to law and order in our state and nation, Sheriff Elpo said. We will, sir. Finally tonight, I think, is it? Yeah, finally. Last story of the week for you people who don't belong or have a monthly subscription. This is your last. But if you get it, you get some more hilarity. Glad to see that 800 number's working out for us. What the fuck was that about? Jesus H. Are we just not doing it? Did we forget about? What do I got to do? Rest my nuts on the mic to get a phone call? That would be gross.
Yeah, please don't do that.
Yeah, I'm not going to do that. Did spill over the front desk like a fucking Great Day. Anyways, nice picture, huh, Gianna? Gianna just ran out of the room. We heard a dry heaving. Delusional student activist assholes is the headline. In recent months and years, liberal students, like there's any other fucking kind, have turned to activism to pressure administrators to adopt a slew of left-wing policies. When did we start listening to kids? You guys remember in the late 60s, of course you don't, Reagan, when the Black Panthers took over. He was the governor of California. They took over some school. And Reagan sent the fucking National Guard and I said, they're not fucking, we're not. He just came out and said, no, they're not having any of this shit. That's when they had balls in it. Recent pressure campaigns have been conducted at several institutions. Good name for colleges today, institution. University of Chicago. In an op-ed in the Chicago Maroon, great paper. In the Chicago Maroon student organization, U Chicago Against Displacement, said they believe that the South Side is owed reparations and that the university exists as a legacy of chattel slavery. Yet you still chose to go to school there. This is the latest joint by R. Kelly. Old reparations. Suck my cock. So the college, they believe, is a legacy of chattel slavery. Yet again, you decided to go there. Such reparations, you see how stupid they get fucking just on their face? Such reparations, the group said, should take the form of $20 million annual fund for rental assistance and local schools and $1 billion over. You know, they just came up with this when they were high. Yeah, put that $1 million, no, make it $1 billion. Fuck. Over 20 years, $50 million annually in grant funding for long-term, true affordable fucking housing. Oh, you poor kids. Delusional.
All right, just get the hell out of here.
Students demanding shit. I want Trump to get back in there. And they keep making these demands, and he goes to visit the school. Wouldn't that be great? They build it up all week. Ladies and gentlemen, the President of the United States, and it's at a student, every student from the college is there. And he comes out and he walks up to the mic, he goes, suck my dick. Thank you. Just fucking leaves. Becomes the greatest popular president. Georgetown University, another institution making demand. Law school students at the prestigious Washington, D.C. University held a sit-in protest earlier this month to demand that the school fire constitutional law professor Ilya Shapiro, because of his suit, I'm hoping. The fuck's he gonna go whack somebody in 1930? Where's your ukulele case? They want him fired, Ilya Shapiro, over a tweet. Get this, a tweet that he put up criticizing, excuse me. I'm not even smoking anymore. What's his cancer? Sorry. God, my wife hears this show. She's got a fucking shit. Over a tweet. He put up a tweet criticizing Joe Biden for promising to nominate a black woman to the Supreme Court seat currently held by retiring Justice Stephen Breyer. They think, they don't even
Do they know about the Constitution, the First Amendment? They think this is Marxism. This isn't progressive. This isn't Democrat. This is to upend our society as they really think if you say something they disagree with, you should be banned from any, you're out, which it's how it works in China. Probably coming here soon. Can you imagine that mentality when you were in college? He just criticized. A lot of people said black people didn't like that Biden. I read last week, black people didn't like that Biden came out and said, I want a black woman. Not all black people agree with that. They want it on merit, and it's insulting to fucking black people and to women and to midgets and fucking hair lips. In addition to demanding Shapiro's ouster, the students also requested that the law school furnish this is Georgetown, by the way. Really bright people, I thought. A space, listen to this. This is real. They're demanding a space for law school, that the law school furnish a space for the students, and I'm not making this up. May my mother die in a fiery crash tonight on her Harley that she got for Christmas. They want a space for them to cry. To cry. We're at a point where students are coming out of class to go to the bathroom to cry. Are we mentally ill? Maybe are they trolling us? This can't be true. They're fucking coming out of class crying. So would I used to come out crying because I couldn't understand calculus.
You gotta grow up. You're not a kid anymore. You hear me? You gotta grow up.
Dean of Students, Mitch Balin, I can't see, my eyes are blurry, sympathetically replied that it's really hard to walk out of a class or a meeting in tears, and you should always have a place on campus where you can go. Now, when you said that, were you diddling your own clit, or was your boyfriend doing it, you fucking half a fag?
Please give me cup.
How's that for commentary? Finally, University of Washington, the student government at the University of Washington passed a resolution in early January demanding the university implement an admission quota of 24%. I swear to God, they're just grabbing numbers and fucking with it. 24% for students from Native American backgrounds and attain that goal over the next 8 years. What's it, 2 Indians left in Vermont? Not counting Liz Warren. The student government cited an increase in harmful and racist actions by faculty towards BIPOC, people of color, students. Can you imagine? You want us to believe in 2022, professors who are left-wing aren't treating students of color. They're treating them dog shit on kids. Specifically towards Alaskan Native Americans is all one of them. Indian students as the justification for the resolution. Oh, God, help us. I love that song. I like their old stuff. In the weeks prior to the passage of the resolution, Stuart Regis, Stuart Regi, look at this half a girl, a professor of engineering and cocksock and computer science at the University of Cumgosling, had been embroiled in controversy for including a fake land acknowledgement in his course syllabus. I acknowledge that by the labor theory of property, the Coast Salish people can claim historical ownership of almost none, oh, he's a good guy, of the land currently occupied by the University of Washington. So he stated something as fact, and he gets in hot water for it. Before we go, I want to thank the people that contribute to this show and keep us up and running. One-time contributions. Got a lot of new names here. Avery Solik, Kansas. Joseph Rizzuti, Massachusetts. Great name. Danny McCone of North Carolina. Craig Goodmanson, Washington. Larry Ramia, Budio in Ohio. Mark
Sanders of Florida, Paul Sagnella, our buddy in Connecticut, Robert Vargas, California, Ryan Schroth, Colorado, Leonardo Fernandez Sr., Florida, Kit Fortney of Michigan, of course, James Rickelman, Oklahoma, Herman Wood, California, Robert Hickman, California, Jeffrey Richards of Pennsylvania, Ray Grooms, West Virginia. I love it. Sean Paolo, our buddy in Florida, still alive. That liver's still hanging. Devin McIntyre, Texas. Austin Pardee, Nevada. Dennis Carroll of Indiana. Some new ones here. Otto and George, Arizona. Lyle Crawford of Canada. Coy Knuth, Arizona. Matthew Arsenault, Minnesota. Jeffrey Alvarez, Florida. Tom Hazard, great name, New York. Chris in Pennsylvania. And here are some new monthly supporters, which we would really love more. James Ryman-Schneider of Washington. Oh, can't tell me he doesn't have an AR. Louis Vizcaino of New York. Mark Purvis, Florida. Omar Fernandez, the Fernandez brothers of Florida. Some patron. That's what it says. Thank you guys all so much for contributing to the show, whether it's daily or monthly. We really do appreciate it. That is it, ladies and gentlemen, for the week. What time did we start? At 1:15? We did, right? Okay. All right, that's it, guys, for the week. Don't forget to sign up at thecomicsgym.com and patreon.com. Sign up as a monthly thing. You don't have to worry about it. I just show up and scare your kids every night. It's beautiful. Don't forget nickdip.com. Click the tour button if you want to see if I'm coming to a town near you. And cameo.com. Got a third one this morning for this week, where if you want me to roast a friend or relative or say happy birthday, go to cameo.com. Tell me about the person. I'll make a video on my phone. It's a lot of fun. People really like it. That is it for the week. You guys think that I will say it. You're very welcome. We'll see you back here on Monday. Have a great weekend, everybody.